Hello and welcome to Market House, the podcast where we talk all things Disney. My name's Caleb.
And I'm Caitlin.
And this week we talk about new ride effects on Indiana Jones.
Toontown is open.
And we share our top 5 lunch spots at Disneyland. Let's dive in. All right, and this is episode number 75. And looking forward to this week's episode.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome one.
It's going to be a fun one. So we do like these. I always feel like it's a secret to this point, but the title's out there. So it's not. It's a secret to me, not to you. No, we like making these lists because I think they're helpful. Hopefully they are.
Yeah, we get pretty good feedback on them. So I'm excited. And who doesn't love lunch? So
Right? Lunch, the most important part of the day.
I don't know. I'm more
just
of a
kidding.
breakfast person.
I do love my breakfast food.
Yeah.
I do like eating breakfast for dinner. Did you do that growing up?
Yeah.
was
We
the
always
best.
made pancakes.
Yes.
And like chocolate chips.
Whoa.
It was always pancakes, eggs, and that's pretty much it. Or
And
an
like
egg
a
scramble.
side of chocolate chips or chocolate chip pancakes?
No chocolate chips.
You listed it off like it was like pancakes, chocolate chips.
No, it was, so we'd always do chocolate chip pancakes, and then my mom or like my grandma would always do like a scrambled egg, like casserole with like
Ooh,
cheese.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite meals.
That sounds very good.
Mm-hmm.
And we just ate dinner and I feel hungry already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's just all this food talk. But before we dive in, let's talk about what we've been up to. It's been, so last week, if you listen to the episode, we talked about how we just moved in and now we're finally in a place where we can actually sit down at night and kind of hang out.
Yeah, it's been really great.
Really
Everything's
nice.
unpacked. Everything's put away. We're kind of getting like the lay of the land around the house, the neighborhood, so it feels more familiar and less like, where am I?
Yeah. So we've been taking walks every evening, which has been awesome. We finally have a break in the bad weather, which is about to come to an end. I think it rains tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we're recording on a Saturday. It's supposed to dump pretty good on a Sunday. And then we have another day or two of rest. A break from the rain. And then it comes right back. So it's like off, on, off, on. I'm happy we're getting some sunshine. I don't want to complain too much, but the amount of rain we're getting is like pretty crazy.
Yeah, and the temperature seems to already be going up a little bit. Like today it was almost
like
70 degrees.
70 degrees, yeah.
So it is nice, but again, the rain's coming. I know it's easy to complain about, but we are thankful because
For sure.
It's going to go away quite soon and it's going to be very hot. So
That's true. Soak it up while we can. But please, before we dive in, consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Huge help to the show. And also, please share this episode with a friend. So if you've got a friend going to the parks pretty soon and you're like, hey, I've got some lunch suggestions for you, send them this episode. And we can share with them all the great things about a Disneyland lunch.
yeah, we'd really appreciate that.
And I think we have one to read off today.
We do. And this is from Margaret S. Griffin. Thank you, Margaret. The review is titled Fantastic, 5 stars. I love this podcast. Caleb and Caitlin are fun and adorable hosts. Their enthusiasm for all things Disney is infectious. I love the format with the news, trivia, shopping info, and also the relevant topic of the day. I also love that while they do not ignore Walt Disney World, the focus is primarily on Disneyland. Great job, guys. Keep up the great work. I look forward to listening every week. Margaret, you are so sweet.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Again, like we've mentioned multiple times, we cannot thank you all enough for leaving these reviews. It truly just makes us so happy when we get to read through them and see what you guys think of the show. Because again, we don't really hear feedback unless someone says something to us. So it's really great to hear and just see what you guys are doing and what you guys think. So thank you so much, Margaret.
Thank you for those kind words. Seriously appreciate that. And finally, you can also support the show by using our Getaway Today link to book your Disney vacation. So you can save an additional $10 on a vacation package if you use Market House 10. All right, let's dive into the news.
First up, we have some super exciting news. Indiana Jones has reopened after a 3-month closure for some enhancements, and we have some exciting things to talk about regarding the new ride.
So
or
it
not
was
new ride.
this new edition.
The new ride, yeah.
New as in from 1990 something. So no, this was supposed to be a simpler refurbishment, right? We thought it was going down for 3 months because that's kind of a long time for a ride. for a simple refurb. But we thought, hey, it has a lot of moving parts. It's been broken for years, right? All these different elements have broken over the years. The snake, the lighting, even the soundtrack was off.
Yeah. And it was almost like it was normal to have it all be like broken.
Destroyed.
Yeah.
Or like you were always expecting what's going to be broken on this next ride through.
Right.
So yes, we expected a simple refurb, but we got some additional things.
Yeah.
So again, we're going to go through and just start with the improvements first, and then towards the end, we'll give you kind of a spoiler warning. If you're going to the park soon, you don't want to hear what has been added. Totally get it. You'll just skip a minute or two forward. Okay, let's dive into the improvements, okay? So number one, the lighting has been improved. Much brighter than before.
Yeah, especially the scene. Okay, so when you're going through the ride and you're getting ready to go over the bridge, like you're heading towards the snake, it is so bright in that area. If you look to your left, you see that kind of like stone carving of that face with like the fire. It's so bright in that room now.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
And again, mind you, we have this is all viewed from home on a TV. We have not been to the parks yet. We're going in a couple of months. But yes, from what we can see at home, much brighter lighting throughout the entire ride, especially in that scene. Next, you've got the audio timing has been fixed, and some of it has changed a bit. So kind of hard to explain again from what we could hear at home. It sounds like the whole entire soundtrack has almost been updated to current, maybe a digital format. So it sounds a little better, and some of the sound effects are definitely different.
Yes.
But yes, the soundtrack used to be totally off. So booms and explosions were happening when they shouldn't have been. And some of the a big climactic part of the ride, the music was super calm, and then it would randomly just spike at some points. It was very bizarre.
Interesting.
They fixed it. So that's all fixed. Next, you've got the bug projection is working and much brighter. So it looks like they changed the projectors out on that ride.
I have to say about that, do you think that's something that they should retire?
I think so. I'm not sold on it. It doesn't look very good in the ride.
Yeah, I just feel like they could almost do something better. And again, I know that they did replace, which we'll get into, the, is it like the rodent scene when they're kind of going across?
We'll get in there in a little bit.
We're getting there in a second. But I definitely thought, like, right when I heard, oh, there's changes, I immediately thought the bug scene, it has to be the bug scene. And we are wrong. It's still there.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's not like it's bad, but I don't know. I feel like they can do something else. It's Disney.
I agree. I'm right there with you, preaching to the choir. The animatricians, animatration. I invented a new word. The animatronic snake is back. So for a while there, we had a static, boring, stuffed snake.
I know.
And that was for a long time. And finally, we've got the moving snake with the moving fangs and head.
That's so awesome. I'm just so happy to see it moving again.
Yeah, all its glory.
It reminds me of being a kid.
Scared me to death the first time I rode it.
Yeah.
And I felt like old enough to know it was fake. I was 11, 12 years old. I don't know.
It's that Disney magic.
It is the Disney magic. They convinced me it was real. And then finally, the boulder room is working again. So fun fact, when it looks like you're reversing in that part. So if you haven't been on the ride in a while, you go to where Indiana Jones is hanging on his rope, and you're in this kind of cave area. And it looks like the vehicle you're sitting in is reversing. Actually, it's not. The vehicles cannot reverse. They don't want them reversing because of some safety issues. The walls on the side actually move to make it look like you're going backwards.
Yes. So at that boulder scene, if when you go on it next, as that's happening, turn around, you'll see the walls going, like, retracting and going back. Yeah. It's really neat.
Unbelievable. The solution to the problem astounds me that they were like, you know what? Let's just move the walls.
I know.
Let's move the entire room. That's the solution. So that's insane. And then, of course, the boulder's now working, so it looks like it's falling towards you, and the lighting works. Everything's working. It is beautiful.
Right.
The best we've seen it in years. So now this is the moment. We're going to talk about the new effects. So if you'd like to skip about a minute ahead, go ahead. If you don't want to hear it.
And sorry to those. I already kind of ruined
it's
one
okay.
of them.
We didn't say what it was. That's okay. But no, they replaced the rat projection room. So if you wrote it anytime soon or in the recent history, there was a part where it looked like there was a very poor mist projection.
Yeah, with like a piece of wood off a tree with like rats going across it or
yes,
something.
It was terrible. Never worked very well. They've replaced that now with again, improved projections, but it's like a weird specter thing that like shooting around the room.
It almost looks like it's power from Mara.
Is it power? Okay.
Like Mara, because remember at the end it's like you looked into my eyes and like you see all these lightning bolts and everything.
Yeah.
I think it's like a source of power
Got
from
it.
Mara.
He's attacking you.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's just me guessing.
That actually makes sense because the next scene actually right before you enter the dart room is where you'll see that the power or something like that, basically exploding into the room and things start collapsing.
Yeah.
And it's a very quick, very, very, very quick scene. And it's projection, which is kind of cheaper, right? It's not our favorite thing.
But I'm still happy they did something new.
For sure. I'm not complaining.
Right.
And I haven't ridden it, so I don't know what it looks like in person. But again, they added some new elements, which was not expected at all. So I got to give them credit for adding some new stuff. Awesome. So this final one, I'm not 100% sure about, but it looks like right when you enter the Mara statue room, when he says, "You've looked into my eyes, now you're doomed," or whatever, it looks like his eyes are different. Like the projections on his eyes have been improved, and they've got like new effects and stuff. That could be just them improving the projection, and now we can finally see what was intended years ago. But it looks good.
Did the projections on his whole face change as well?
They might have.
I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just the power of them being brighter.
Sure.
But it looks like that whole thing is different. But yeah, definitely keep an eye out. If you're going on it soon, I'm so jealous. We can't wait to go on it next time we're there. So again, look out for the updates. It's super exciting that they did a couple surprise things for us. So
yeah, looks really good. And then finally, really quick note, sorry, I had it here, is it would be back to its original glory. And we're like 98% there. The extra 2% would be if they actually went back to the original video in the queue. So right now it's just the safety spiel. But it used to have a whole story, and Sala would explain stuff to you, and this, it's a narrator would come on and say, "Hey, you're in the woods, and Indiana Jones has whatever."
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
What?
Yes, so Sala's just the like, "Hey, make sure your seatbelt's buckled, make sure you put your stuff away." There's an entire video that's like 5 to 10 minutes long.
Are you talking about is that the same time frame that they had the room that would move? And someone got scared, they took it away, remember?
Yeah, so this is back when if you shook that bamboo rod thing that it looked like the room was caving in on you.
Yeah.
So it was probably that long ago, 15 years ago, probably.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that at all.
You have to YouTube it.
Oh my gosh.
But yes, if they brought that back, it would be back to its 100% original glory. But anyways, Indiana Jones is back and looking as good as ever.
All right, next up we have some even more exciting news. Toontown is now open as you guys are hearing this. It has just opened yesterday on Sunday, March 19th.
Yes, so again, disclaimer, we're recording this the day before it opens back up. So again, while you're hearing this, it'll be open, but we're recording in the past.
Yes, but they actually did a soft opening today.
Yeah,
Midday.
so I was going to say that we can't really tell you how the opening went yet, but how did the soft opening go? I haven't seen anything about it.
From what I've seen, it looks like everyone's loving it, and I literally can't wait to go see it. They have a ton of new stuff added and just new little features like markets where you can go get a little picnic basket and get snacks. It just looks so fun.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
So we're really looking forward to everything, especially Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We know that's been open for quite a while, but just excited to see it in the new land.
Yeah, and especially the new diner. I believe it's called Daisy's Diner, which was now it's called Cafe Daisy.
Yeah, so it used to be Daisy's Diner.
Yes.
Now it's a very, very small retheme, but now it's called Cafe Daisy.
Yes.
And it has a whole new menu.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of gluten-free options.
And I've seen they have hot dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
I think one of the hot dogs is huge.
Really?
From what I've seen, yeah. I think it's from there. It has to have been because they were in Toontown.
Okay. Caitlin wants to get that new hot dog.
Yeah.
No, but it looks awesome. Engineer Souvenirs is the shop back there. That looks amazing. They did open that up to media, I believe, and I saw some pictures of it. It looks fantastic.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. So the entire land, it's an awesome opportunity for you to bring your little ones. They have a whole land basically dedicated to them.
Yeah, the grass area. Which I'm super excited because, again, all the littles can just run around and play, and parents, you guys can just sit down, relax.
Eat a hot dog?
Hot dog, some popcorn, and just take it all in.
Yeah, looks really good. All right, and you know what that cash register sound means. It's time for Shop the Mouse with Market House.
We are back. And we have some goodies today.
Took a couple weeks off.
Just a little bit.
Off the segment, just so we can, see if the store refreshed with some new items, and they sure did.
They have. And it always cracks me up because people just truly love Shop the Mouse. And all the comments are like, we didn't get the weekly update on the new stuff. And I'm like, we're back.
We're back. We got some new stuff. So let's hear it.
Yeah. So first off, I thought this was quite unique. I've never seen this before on the website. But Shop Disney currently has a Mickey Mouse popcorn popper on the website, which is so awesome.
I love a themed popper.
Yes, it's really cute. It looks small, but it's really not. It pops up to 6 cups of popcorn at one time, which
Okay.
I think that's a pretty good amount. I mean, for like 2 people, I think.
Caitlin's like, I don't
I'm
know.
trying to think like how many cups are in a bag normally.
No idea.
Not sure, but 6 cups is better than 1. It's a really cute design. The bottom of it almost looks like a you know the blenders that you can blend an individual like smoothie.
The bullet.
Yes, it kind of looks like that. And the bottom of it has like a red, it almost looks like Mickey's shorts. It has like the white dots on it. And then Mickey's head is on the actual popcorn top where you
Looks
can see
really
the
good.
popcorn popping.
Yeah, it looks fun.
This goes for $39.99, which is very expensive for a popcorn maker. But I know they run sales again all the time. So definitely look for that. It's just a little fun little thing that you can bring out when you're entertaining or if you're having like a movie night.
And kids.
Yeah, and kiddos. And
yeah.
they do have a full-size popcorn machine as well on the website. That is way more than $39.
Wait, like one of the standing ones?
Yes.
Oh, no
it's
kidding.
amazing. I think it's like $100 and something, but it's really cool.
Oh,
It's
neat.
awesome. And then next up, we have a Mickey Mouse canvas tote bag. This, I really just loved the simplicity of this bag.
It looks awesome, but the price tag gets me a little
Yes, the price is a little much. I honestly don't think I would spend this much money on it, but it's $39.99.
bit. It's a good look for a sale item.
Yes, 100%, which again, they always go on sale. Just watch for it. But again, classic canvas tote color and has the original Mickey on it. And it's like really big. And then what I thought was very unique is normally canvas bags can sometimes be quite uncomfortable depending on what you're carrying in them. This canvas tote bag actually has 2 different size handles. So they have the original one that would go over your shoulder.
Really?
And they also have kind of like a threaded, like more thicker strap that are like small that you could hold in your hand. So, like, you know, you're walking around, you're like trying to carry stuff. Sometimes you don't want to put it on your shoulder. You want to just hold it next to you. Well, you normally can't because the canvas straps are so long. But I really like how they added the smaller straps. It's
Cool.
really awesome. So,
Multi-featured canvas tote bag.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
that's
mean-
where the price tag comes from. Like extra handles, $40.
seriously, I mean, it would make sense if it was like 20 something, but I'm like, $40.
That's steep. Again, right now they have a sale. Like you spend a certain amount of money, you get a certain percentage off.
Yeah. And
So
if
just wait
it's-
for one of those.
Yeah, or if it's at the park, use your key discount if you have one. But other than that, that's what I have this week. Let me know if you end up picking anything up. And if not, we'll see you soon.
You can buy one some more next week. All right, and that brings us to our main segment of this week's episode, and that is our top 5 lunch restaurants at the Disneyland Resort.
Yes, this is an exciting topic. I always get so excited when it's lunchtime. I just feel like I don't think it's the most important meal of the day, but I definitely think it's the most exciting meal of the day.
Okay.
I love lunch.
I like the distinction. It's not the most important, but boy, is it the most exciting.
Lunch is fun.
Okay,
don't
lunch
know
is fun. So we, if you didn't listen to our last top 5 list, it was a breakfast location list. So if you haven't listened to that, make sure to go listen. Let's do this sequentially. All right, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
You can't just skip ahead to lunch. It doesn't work that way.
Sometimes I wish you could.
There are some people that don't like breakfast. I get it.
Yep.
I used to actually be one of those people. I didn't eat breakfast when we first started dating.
I definitely think that's odd. I've always
Big breakfast fan?
I've always been someone I cannot skip breakfast.
Okay.
Like I have to have breakfast. I don't know if that was my mom like ingraining that in my head when I was little.
Yeah.
Because we always had
You
to eat.
will have Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh my gosh. Remember like the cinnamon Eggo waffles
Oh my gosh.
that were in like the 4-packs?
So good.
Oh, so good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those were
It was
so
4
good.
little waffles in one.
Yeah, or I would have the toaster strudel, and I
God.
remember I would take my brother's frosting and put like 2 two icing packs. Oh jeez.
My mom never let me order those or buy those, so good for you.
That's why I'm like, I just love food.
Yeah.
All food is great, but
It's not
lunch
really,
is
it's
better.
not really breakfast food, but that's all right. It's like dessert.
But we have some really exciting restaurants around the Disneyland Resort that we'd love to talk about. Some of our favorite areas to
Yeah,
get
so
lunch.
keep in mind that this is coming from someone who has a food allergy, so it may not include fan favorites like Corn Dog Castle or some other fun, like the cozy cones and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't eat anything there. So again, this is a kind of modified list. I apologize. I'm the annoying guy that's like, I have an allergy. I'm going to get really sick if...
Not annoying.
It is annoying to me because I have to be the one to do that. And then if
But-
someone texts me and goes, hey, you want to go here? And I'm like, I can't go there because they don't have anything for me.
know. That's okay because Disney has other options for you that are amazing.
They do. So this is coming from someone with a gluten wheat problem. And so it's a modified list here. So let's start off with number 5.
Smoke Jumpers Grill.
Smoke Jumpers Grill if you've listened to the show for any time, you'll know that this used to be one of our favorite restaurants at the park, but they got rid of their waffle fries, strike one. And number two, they changed their burgers to delicious burger patties to rubbery,
Like cafeteria,
gross, like greasy burgers.
Okay.
I'll start trying to give another word. They're disgusting.
Yeah.
And so they redeemed themselves, though, with a chicken sandwich that's delicious.
It was amazing because I was going to mention, if you would have asked us prior to our last trip, we probably wouldn't have added it to the list.
True.
Because we found the chicken sandwich on our last trip. And Caleb, as he mentioned, it is such a good chicken sandwich.
It's good.
Especially like on the hot days that are coming soon and like just eating outside or like with the AC inside. It's a great sandwich. It's grilled and it's just refreshing.
Yeah, and like they have this really good aioli sauce on it, which is like...
I think it's like a lemon aioli.
Yeah, so it is, like Caitlin mentioned, more refreshing than a heavy burger. And again, don't even waste your time with the burgers here. They're gross. So again, why it makes number 5 is not only the food is pretty dang good, is the theming and location. Love Grizzly Peak. It's my favorite part of DCA. And so seeing Soarin' right there, you can kind of sit up against Soarin' and hear that music and watch and laugh everyone waiting in an hour line.
Yeah, and like just the music inside as well.
Yeah, the music inside's awesome. It's this really kind of period, like 50s, right?
Yeah. Kind of gives you a break of, I mean, not that you want a break, but it kind of gives you a break from like the Disney bubble.
Well, like, yeah,
for
the
a second.
Disney, like, smack in the face, like
here's
Goofy.
Little Mermaid music and everything.
Sure.
It kind of just gives you that break. So, because a lot of people do need that. Like, they want just kind of like a second away where they're not.
Don't get me wrong. We love it. That's why we go every
yeah.
time we can. It's just sometimes you're like, okay, I can only hear that track so many times.
Yeah, or the parade music. So if that's
For sure.
definitely you and your family, we highly recommend Smoke Jumpers.
Yeah, my dad is a big fan of this restaurant. Mobile order is a must here. The standby line is a joke. More oftentimes than not, at lunchtime, you'll see the line all the way out to the pathway, and that's just silly. You don't need to wait in that line. You can mobile order, save you some sweat and tears, and go grab a seat and order from the table.
Yes, and definitely on a hot day, this location is amazing because they are always blasting AC.
If you can get a seat inside.
Yeah. Normally, I'm like, if you wait long enough, you can. What Caleb and I do is, while he's waiting for the mobile order, I'm usually trying to hunt a table down. But the AC is very
And we
good.
chuck our backpack across the restaurant at the nearest open table. That's mine! No. Chuck it. I'm just kidding. They do lose a couple points since they've consistently been one of the restaurants that mess up on mobile orders. So like 3 times now we've mobile ordered and 40 minutes passes by and I'm like, maybe they're just really busy. And I walk up and go, hey, I'm not, if you're busy, no problem. But we ordered and usually we have our food by now. And they go, wait, what is it? And I tell them the order number and they go, I'm so sorry. Our system messed up and it didn't prompt us to make this order.
Yeah.
And so it's happened a few times. I don't know if it's a computer issue, what have you, but if you have that problem, don't be surprised. But hopefully maybe non-allergy orders go by quicker.
Right, exactly.
All right, let's get into the next one. Number 4.
This is a favorite of mine.
This is a favorite of Caitlin's. Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta.
Love this place.
Love listening to the live music.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Usually it's the Mariachi Divas. They're fantastic to watch. Super entertaining. I love mariachi bands. Kind of didn't roll my R there really well. I was like, mariachi? How white can I say that? Mariachi band.
Your Nana would be
My Nana would be very upset.
unimpressed.
I get a little upset. So my grandparents can speak fluent Spanish. My uncle and aunt can. They studied in Spain. All these cool stories. They didn't teach my mom. And then it didn't pass down to me. So my mom's like, she'll be like, can I have a grilled chicken taco, please?
She's always like, can I have a quesadilla?
Quesadilla? I'm like, Mom, let's gotta embrace it.
She just laughs.
I know. So anyways, I'm working on the old Spanish here. But they recently did have a very cool music group there for the Chinese New Year, or Lunar New Year.
Awesome.
Is that
Chinese Lunar New Year.
Okay, sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't want to interchange things that I'm not supposed to. But no, that was really cool. They showed kind of different instruments they use and featured them in different songs. That was a blast to watch. And then Caitlin, what do you like getting there?
Yeah, so there's multiple things that I would love to get here. I always go to, and some people are going to laugh.
I would love to get this.
Because they're going to be like, what? I love getting the kids' cheese pizza. It's the perfect size. It's round. And in my mind, it's just better.
Okay.
I don't know why. And then I get a side salad, which they're kind of like near the front by the registers. And then it comes with like veggies on it, obviously. There's like Parmesan cheese shavings. And then you get to pick out your dressing. I love getting that. Also, I did want to say, for those people who love getting salads at Disney, they have some of the best salads there that they can hand make in front of you. Some with like grilled chicken, like pecans, like berries on it, like Caesar salad, like, and they're quite big as well. So you can easily share them. So I highly recommend those.
Sweet. I agree. And I usually take a couple bites of your side salad.
Yes.
Just so I feel better. There's some greens in my diet at Disney, and it's about 3 pieces of lettuce.
But
and then it ends there.
But you like to get something even better here that you recently just discovered.
Yes. It's a gluten-free chicken pesto pasta.
So
and by
good.
golly, it's delicious.
And it's not on the menu, right?
It's kind of an off-roster
Right.
option, and it's delicious. So if you have a gluten problem, order this, and you can thank me later.
Yeah, the most popular pasta dish, what was it? It's like a sun-dried tomato chicken.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good. It's
I've
like
never
a
had
creamy,
it.
It's a creamy sun-dried tomato pasta thing.
Mm-hmm.
It looks amazing. People love it. They can't make it gluten-free because I think they use flour to thicken the sauce.
They do, yeah.
Which is a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, this pesto is like a close second, I think.
Yeah.
Even
And
though I
they
haven't tried the other one.
They also have like meatballs and like spaghetti and like there's a whole bunch of other stuff
And I
there.
can't have the meatballs either.
No, but they
But
look
anyways,
really good.
Yeah, very good. They do get some points here for tons of seating, so it's really easy to find a seat and sit down. Now, it is outside, but a lot of it's covered.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the word there. It's covered. So at least you're out of the elements and the sun's not beating down on you too hard. But on a really hot day, probably not the best place to
Yeah,
eat.
because there's no inside seating. And there's one other thing I wanted to mention as a pro, and that was that they have self-serve beverage areas.
Oh, they do.
Or you can kind of fill up your own drinks. You can get water, and it's really awesome to have
There's
that.
not like an official that I know of, like refill policy.
No, I mean, again, I doubt like if you were to ask someone there that they're okay with you doing that.
But they don't
But-
actively like. I'm very confused. If there was a sign, I would totally not do it. We honestly don't even get soft drinks while we're there. We drink
No.
a lot of water.
Yeah.
But I would be confused as a consumer, as a guest, about the whole, because if it's self-serve, right, there's machines and I'm able to walk up to it. You know, at home, if you go to Taco Bell or I said a local spot, Jalisco Grill, not a chain, Chipotle. I was thinking of Chipotle when I said it. I'm like, let me tell you a really local spot that you will not have at home. But when you go to these restaurants, they have a self-serve option and you can go get refills, right?
Right.
So I can see people being like, can I go get one? So I'm not sure. I don't want to tell you to go do something you're not allowed to.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, don't like misuse it. Like, don't go get 17
No.
refills.
And all throughout the day, I don't like that. The whole like keep the cup and then go refill it like 15 times.
No, but one pro tip here, if you are water fans like we are, you can get the bigger cups of water here.
You can.
And they don't say anything. Like,
Yeah,
they're
so you
cool
don't-
with it.
Yeah, so they have the like kind of medium-sized cups out to grab. And so we'll usually grab that because usually they give you a kid-sized water and I'm up there like 13 times filling it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
It is nice. Next up, number 3 on the list is Pim's Test Kitchen.
Such a good place.
This place is so good. The food is like simple but elevated. And so your kids will find something good here. The parents will find something good here. It is a fantastic restaurant. The theming is a 10 out of 10.
It's amazing.
So cool.
Like all the inside where it looks like the ketchup and mustard are in the ceiling.
Yes.
It's so awesome.
It's so sick. So I love getting the panini sandwich.
Yes.
And Caitlin likes the PB3 Superb sandwich.
Yes. So Caleb's panini sandwich has salami. It's like salami roast with pistachio nuts, rosemary, ham, provolone, sun-dried tomato spread on a toasted. It comes with focaccia, but he gets like a gluten-free bread instead.
Pretty much white bread.
Yes. Served with marinara dipping sauce and arugula salad. It's really good.
It's freaking amazing.
And if you guys want something more, if you want to be more, I don't know, if you want to explore more and be more daring,
Whoa.
I highly recommend the PB3 Superb sandwich. It has peanut butter and jelly with banana, candied bacon on a Pim particle bread served with micro banana smoothie, which is
So good.
absolutely amazing and so small, but you can get a bigger one, I believe.
You can upgrade it for like a few bucks.
Yes, and the crispy potato bites that come with them, they're tater tots.
They're so
They
good.
are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they're garnished with something unbelievably good.
Like those are So good.
So,
Highly recommend.
Little hack here. I'm sure I'm not breaking anyone's minds with this tip, but Caitlin and I will both order different sandwiches and then kind of split them.
Yes.
So I'll take one half, Caitlin takes the other half, and we spread it like that. And then also, there are some really fun menu options here. I can't eat them, but that doesn't mean you can't. So there's something called the Not So Little Chicken Sandwich. It is a gigantic fried chicken breast with little tiny sandwich
It's kind
buns.
of funny.
So it makes it look fun.
Yeah.
It's probably not the cleanest thing to eat in the world, so like maybe get some napkins. But this is fried chicken breast, teriyaki, and red chili sauces. Delish.
So good.
Pickled cabbage slaw on brioche, served with crispy potato bites.
It's like all around Pim's is just a great idea. It's just a great idea.
Listen to
It's
this.
just so good.
It is a good idea. Listen to this crazy thing. They have a family-size panini. It's $100.
What?
$99.99. It's the same exact sandwich, but it serves 6 to 8 guests.
Whoa.
That's a beast of a sandwich.
We need to have like a Market House meetup and get that sandwich.
And I'll split it. And then I'll be very sick if I eat it with you guys. But Caitlin can partake. The seating is pretty tough at this restaurant. So this does lose a couple points because of that. It's usually insanely busy. So hunting for a seat will take time.
Yes, and I definitely feel like this is a location where people do take a little bit more time. They kind of like just sit down and relax.
Yeah, because they're soaking it up. I get it.
And because of all the alcoholic beverages that you can get there, they have kind of fun drinks.
Yeah,
So-
and they're like served in like graduated cylinders. Is that what it's called?
So I think it's granulated. No, graduated.
No, it's not granulated. That's like crushed down. We're messing up here today.
But yeah, people normally like to get those drinks with friends, family, and like just sit there and talk. So it's a really great environment. Plus, you're obviously in Adventures campus, so there's usually characters walking around on that building across from Pim's.
Yeah, you can eat with Black Panther, maybe?
Yes, which would be awesome.
Captain America?
Or Iron Man.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something to think about because it's always really sad when I see all these parents who have like 4 trays filled with food.
It happened
There's
last
nowhere
time.
to sit. And like it's hot, or it's
This-
like these kids are crying because they're so hungry.
Yeah,
and
this
there's just
poor
nowhere.
dad was like, I'm not kidding, probably handling 3 trays by himself. And he's just desperately looking for a seat. And I want to be like, bro, like you got to lock one down before you get. I wish I could just like give everyone tips of like, please get a seat before you order
but
because
it's hard though to sometimes separate.
No, for
and
sure.
I'm like, we wanted to give them our seat, but we were seated with another family at a long table.
Yeah, we were at like a shared table situation, so it was just 2, and that wouldn't have done him any good because
Yeah.
he had a family of like 4, and there was 2 seats, and like it
Yeah.
was so cramped
But just keep that in mind. It's a great location, but seating can be very tricky sometimes.
for sure. Number 2, we've got Caitlin. Why don't you say it?
We have Plaza Inn. And this is a fan favorite in our household.
Yeah, it's a recent discovery for us too. So we knew it existed, and we've done actually. Fun fact for Caitlin's 16th birthday?
17th. 17th, yeah.
Yeah, it was my first time going with her family to Disneyland.
Or I think you're right. I think it was 16.
I think it was 16. The crazy thing about this place was I'm gluten-free. The chef came out, took my order, and he basically said, you know what? I'm going to bring you one of everything. So he
So
brought
nice.
me 2 giant plates full of gluten-free food, and I was like, I can't eat all this.
It was amazing.
It was really nice. So anyways, we recently discovered lunch here.
Yes, which normally we would think, because for those who don't know, Plaza Inn is famous for their fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Which is not gluten-free. So when you think of Plaza Inn, you're like, okay, we automatically think we can't eat there. However, we recently discovered that they have not only grilled chicken options with veggies and mashed potatoes,
So good.
but they also have different salads, specialty salads all throughout the year that are amazing.
They're really good. I know Cobb salad is pretty simple, but let me tell you, this one is something else.
And it's very big, which I like. It's not like a small.
We
like,
can split
tiny-
it.
We can normally split it. And again, there is nothing like a cold salad with some like bacon and egg. It's so good
Especially
on a hot day.
Yeah, hot day. I was gonna say. So like the last thing I want on a hot day is a really hot food item because I'm sweating and I need something fresh, like rejuvenating
Right,
almost.
exactly.
And a salad hits a spot.
Yes, and you know what? If you're kind of like, ew, I don't want a salad. As we mentioned, they do have a grilled chicken plate, which is really, really good. The chicken was super moist. The mashed potatoes were absolutely delicious. And it comes with, I think, like green beans and like something
Yeah,
else.
really good green beans.
They were awesome.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was pretty reasonably priced. I think it's like $22, but you can split it.
Really?
I think it was $22.
I don't think it was that much money. Okay,
Really?
maybe it was, but yeah, easily split. We split the meal
Yeah.
between the 2 of us, and we were full at the end of it.
Oh, and you got a gluten-free biscuit. Do you remember that?
Oh, it was a roll.
It was a little roll. Yeah.
Dude, gluten-free biscuit, I would die. Like, what is it called? Gravy? Biscuits and gravy?
Yeah, it was so good.
I miss that. I miss it so much. But yeah, the serving sizes are generous, like Caitlin said, so you can totally split these with your loved one if you'd like. Okay, before we get to our number one choice here, we've got some honorable mentions.
Yes.
And we can tell you why they didn't make the list officially, but let's go through them.
All right. First up, we have Wine Country Trattoria.
Is it Trattoria or Trattoria?
I've heard both, so I'm just going to say Wine Country.
I'll go Trattoria, you go Trattoria.
Yeah. For those who don't know, this is the Italian restaurant in DCA over by Little Mermaid and Pacific Wharf / San Francisco.
Yeah. And it is very good. They've got fantastic seating that you kind of overlook the bay there and the walkway, so you can kind of people watch and stuff. The only reason it didn't make the list is because it's kind of priced like a dinner option.
Yeah.
So I have a hard time suggesting this, like, go get lunch here, and then some poor family's going to walk up and be like, great, $25 a plate.
Yeah.
Totally lunchable.
Like, yeah, I totally agree. We do like getting lunch here because it's just a really nice atmosphere.
So if you want to splurge, we don't do this every time, but it's definitely an awesome splurge option. So if you want to kind of get a fancier lunch, great spot. But
very relaxing.
Very relaxing. Didn't make the spot because just of the price point. Second honorable mention would be Lucky Fortune Cookery. This is the kind of teriyaki spot in now soon to be San Francisco. And I used to love this place because they had gluten-free teriyaki chicken, and it was so good. It came in this like to-go box thing, you know, like a classic Chinese place.
Yes.
They give you the to-go box. So freaking good. But they shrunk the portion sizes.
They have.
And they increased the prices. So you're paying, I price it out, it's $13 for, I'm not kidding, it's a snack portion. It does not fill me up. There's like 4 pieces of chicken, like tiny little nuggets of chicken, and a ton of vegetables, which are good, but they don't fill me up.
Yeah, and again, it still is a good meal option, but like Caleb mentioned, there's not enough, I would say,
Don't
to
go
constitute.
hungry.
No, like if you're starving, this is not something I'd recommend. Now, if what I have seen is people getting a plate of teriyaki, they get some pot stickers, they get some edamame.
At that point, you're at like, go to a sit down. Though.
Exactly. But if that's what sounds good to you, then that's a great option. But I would
Sure.
highly recommend getting more than one thing here just to try out because the food is really good.
Yeah, good point. And finally, our last honorable mention is Craftsman Bar and Grill. So this is the location outside of the pool area in the Grand Californian Hotel.
Yes.
So you'll see it. It's beautiful. It's a recent addition, I would say, in the last 5 years or so. And beautiful outdoor seating. And you can see people kind of having fun in the pool and relaxing. And you can be like, I wish I was them.
And the music is super nice.
Music's very nice. And this is actually where we sat next to Josh Tomorrow, our best friend. We became best friends. We're on a first name basis. I'm like, first name basis. If I can finish my sentences, that would help. But I'm like, Josh, what's going on, brother? You know? I'm just kidding. We met him. We took a picture with him. He's very nice.
His parents and his wife.
Yeah, his parents and his wife. It was his last day or last week as Disneyland president before he took over as like chairman of the parks and resorts, like kind of the big job. And so he was kind of saying his farewells and stuff. And we were right there with him. We were one of the cast members saying bye.
Oh, yeah.
But no, we waited till he was done eating.
Oh, my gosh,
We weren't rude.
No.
So we waited and kind of were creeping on him a little bit, like waiting in the hallway.
Well, some people did not wait. They
No,
were like,
that was rude.
They were eating and like people came up to the table and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, he
messed
was
up.
super nice to them.
Yeah, he didn't say no. He's super nice, got up, took a picture, but I was like, dude, let him eat with his family.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Super nice. But anyways, they have some amazing steak nachos. They are so good and easily splittable. They're giant.
Oh my gosh.
They
They're
come
massive.
come in a big cast iron skillet.
They're
and
so good. And the chips. I think that they do house-made chips.
they do. And let me tell you why I know that. Is because at one point they were gluten-free. And then a couple months later, we went back and they said, oh, sorry, we now share fryers with other food. And so not gluten-free anymore.
Come on, man.
So I can't get it, and that's why I didn't make the official list. But at one point, these things were like my top food item to get. So again, if you don't have any dietary restrictions, I recommend this place if you do want to break from park food, because this is definitely way better than the run-of-the-mill Disneyland food.
Yeah, they have great pizza as well.
They do flatbreads.
So good.
Okay, this brings us to our final lunch spot,
Yes.
and it is
Flo's V8 Cafe, which if you have been a listener for a while now, you know that we have just fell in love with Flo's. It is a must-do every single trip, and it's one of those where we just get so excited to go and get it because every time we eat there, it's just so good.
very good. And let me tell you why we really didn't frequent this place years before. And it's because it was like home-style cooking, which I'm, number one, not even a giant fan of. It was like
meatloaf
and like chicken fried steak, I think, and like really heavy options. Again, number one, I couldn't eat it. And second, if I could, it's not my first choice to eat while I'm walking around a park and sweating. and I don't want to really get like all gross and lethargic.
Yeah.
So never really had the menu that we liked, but at some point, I don't know when, they switched over to kind of like diner food. So burgers and salads and kind of normal stuff.
So good.
And it's really, really good. Like really good. It is by far the best quick service burger you can get at the parks.
Highly recommend. And again, this is a weird point, but it comes with like a slice, like a pickle slice. They're so like cold and crunchy. Like they're so good.
I hate them.
And they're not even
so
bad.
gross.
You just don't like them because they're green.
Whatever.
But I also would like to talk about their steak fries that they have. They are so good.
Very good.
There is just something about the atmosphere of Flo's with, like, you sit in like a certain room, it overlooks kind of like the Cars ride and just the ambiance of that. It's so pretty.
It's awesome. You can hear it. You can even sit outside in that area.
Yes, and hear the cars go by.
Yeah, and the great thing about this place, why it gets so many points in our book, is that they have a ton of seating. And the great thing about it is if you score an inside one, good for you. If you don't, you can sit outside, like we mentioned, over on the Radiator Springs Racers side.
Yeah.
And it's all covered outdoor seating.
It's great.
So you're not beaten, not getting
the hot sunshine in your face or
thank
anything
you.
like that.
It's finished for me.
Yeah.
I was like trying to say baked in the sun.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it out.
And it's also located next to restrooms, which is really nice.
Yeah, very true. Mm-hmm. And also, final note about this place is they have an amazing Neapolitan shake with road gravel, which is Oreos. I get it without the Oreos, but I waited 45 minutes for the shake. I'm not kidding.
It's so worth it.
It was worth it.
If next time if you guys go to Flo's and you get the shake, please reach out to us on Instagram and let us know. It's life-changing. I want to get the strawberry one next time.
Okay.
Cuz it's so good. It's not like a gross like In-N-Out shake.
Whoa.
Or like no, I'm telling
you're going to make a lot of people upset with that comment.
It's so creamy. It's like nothing that you would expect at a theme park.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the same machine and stuff, but what grosses me out about In-N-Out one is like it's a slurry. It comes out not looking like ice cream, and I'm like, I should not ingest that.
It's good, but it's just not real.
If you look at the ingredients,
that's what I'm saying. It's just not.
It's like 64 chemicals, and you're like, it comes up, and I don't think they can call it a shake, right? Or can they? Some stuff, I think it has to have a certain milk content. If it doesn't,
they don't call it ice cream; they call it a shake. That's it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, there's some law you can't like.
Yeah.
Anyways,
off topic. The one at Disneyland.
Let's talk about In-N-Out.
The one at Disney, I think, is real. Like, didn't they say it has real cream and stuff in it?
I doubt it.
Wink, wink.
I highly doubt it. It's like Cisco.
Sponsored by In-N-Out.
No, it's like Cisco junk, but it tastes really good. And just ignore that because you're on vacation. And that is it. On that note, that is our top 5 list for lunch spots at the Disneyland Resort. Hopefully you agree with us. Hopefully you're not like outraged and like, that is not good food.
Yeah, let us know what your top favorite places to go and eat are. I mean, again, everyone has different ideas on what they want for lunch.
We may be totally missing a great spot.
Yeah, and there are so many different lunch options that you can get at Disney. So definitely let us know. Message us on Instagram. Send us an email on the website. Whatever you'd like to do, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, actually, we don't talk about that enough. You can go to markethousepodcast.com. And we kind of spent some time developing a new website over there, newer, and you can message us over there. So if you don't want to do an Instagram thing and you're not into it, I totally get it. You can go over there, contact us page, and it'll send us an email.
Yeah, we've had quite a few people do that, and we love reaching out to you guys and talking.
We do. So thank you so much for listening. You can find us over on Instagram and Twitter. The Instagram thing is Market House Podcast. That would help. And Twitter at Market House Pod. Make sure to follow us over there for pictures from the park and exciting news and announcements. Please consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Giant help to the show.
And hit that 5 stars.
What? Hit the 5-star rating. Again, good point, Caitlin. A 5-star rating is basically just the star rating, which you can click. And then a review is a written review, which takes a couple of minutes. Both are totally awesome, and we appreciate you doing either one or both. And finally, you can use our Getaway Today link for your future trip bookings. Save some money with Market House 10. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week for another episode.
Bye.